Hey guys, Infidel1258 here. Today I want to share with you an opening of 10 Gladius packs. These are the Gladiator packs that you can buy from Splinterlands, and they contain the Gladiator cards that you can use inside brawls. They not only add amazing powerful utility to your brawl success, your brawl battles in your guild, which can pay out extra merits and eventually SPS rewards from those guild related battles, but also they add CP to your deck, and if you don't even participate in guild brawls, you're going to be getting these merits which will enable opening packs shortly for yourself just in your daily and end of season rewards. So it's kind of interesting. Many of you probably haven't cared about gladiators previously because you weren't even in a guild, but now you're going to be getting paid this currency anyways. So let's look at 10 packs. I had accumulated some merits from, I guess seasons of play and battling in my guild brawls. So let's have a peek at it. Let's open 10 packs together. Let's see what we get. We'll analyze the different cards that we look at, and hopefully we'll get some really cool ones and talk about their unique abilities. Again, these are great for guild brawling and improving your win rate there. That's going to add more merits to your deck, but you need to be in a guild for that purpose. But even if you're not in a guild, these add collection power to your deck, which is great for whatever rank you want to play at. And lastly, if you just simply don't want them, you can burn them. And that CP rate, that the value of that card from a collection power standpoint is the burn rate, and it'll turn it into DEC. So this is good for everybody. And let's just look at a few packs and see what we see. So I got 10 here. Let's open one at a time. The art style on these cards is, like, I would say dramatically different and unique. I think every sort of series has its own spin. But I would argue that these just look dramatic, like this framing with the almost brick mortar. There's just a lot going on in here. It's almost like a Roman look or something, Roman kind of pillars or something like that. This card is one of the stronger commons in my opinion of the double strike. If I can get this up to the next level, that would be really, really significant, I'd say. I actually don't know what level 2 would do, but just double strike, and if you can get up to 3 damage with that double strike, or get up to 3 speed with that double strike, that would be far more powerful than 2 or 2. Because with this bloodlust, you definitely want to fire first. You want to kill first. If you're able to kill, you're going to get that upgrade on every single stat. So hoping that I get more of that. This card I have, I mean, maybe if it's max, maybe if it's a much higher level, that melee might get somewhere interesting. But for one melee, even though it's only 2 mana, 2 mana is nice, but for one melee, it's so like almost inconsequential. It's highly unlikely that this is going to end up being the killing blow, and therefore it's highly unlikely that the bloodlust is going to trigger, and therefore this is the best thing about a card like this is that it's 2 mana, and maybe you could just tuck it into your deck, filling one more slot with leftover mana. This card I like. Yeah, I don't use it very often, but I already have it. Strong, like it. Most of my cards actually from Gladiator would be on my Infidel1258. This is my DE Cunningham account, and so this account might actually have very few of these cards. Interesting to figure that out. We'll see. Crash Wanderford. This one I like, but it's kind of just a meat shield. With the 4 mana at the 6, it's not going to kill anybody at this level, but at higher levels it gets some, I think, thorns damage, and it's got backfire, which could trigger the bloodlust, and that would be really nasty if you get this up to 7/8 speed. But I just don't know how easy it's going to be to upgrade these common level cards to their max levels. It's too difficult to get merits, but maybe that's going to change as we start receiving more and more merits from play. We'll see. Cutter Breeze. I don't think I've seen that one yet. 1 mana. Interesting. 1 mana. Life Splinter. Yeah, I mean, there's situations where you could pair this up with that dragon summoner who adds 1 archery, and then suddenly for 1 mana cost you're getting 2 archery damage with a 4 speed and a bloodlust. Wow, that's actually a pretty interesting card. if assuming you have that dragon summoner that adds the archery. I've never seen that one before, that 1 mana 1 monster. Ooh, a couple rares. This one I really like because, and I've talked about it before, but since this is a Gladiator related content, I'll make sure I make the same comment. 2 out of the gate is very reasonable. Yes, it's super slow, but reverse speed can be great for a card like this. And then the 2 out of the gate is actually significant enough that that it might proc the Bloodlust by killing somebody. And then this could, in combination, like if you kill one person, this magic is going to 3. Then the life leech is going to 2, and it just escalates potentially very rapidly. This one, not a huge fan of. Fire. It's got the sneak. You know what? Actually, because it has the sneak, I like it. I don't know if I've had that one yet. This one's strong. I like it. The armor is significant. Now the mana is a little bit on the high end, but the armor makes it that much more resilient. And I like it. Ooh. I have this one also, Death. Snipe. Now, Death has a decent snipe team, especially in the modern leagues. So this is interesting because snipe is pretty powerful in the and 3 mana with that and decent speed. I like it. Huge hit points. Again, not very much damage, therefore not very much likelihood of the procking of the Bloodlust. And from the Death Splinter, you don't have a summoner that's going to add 1 melee. So I mean, it's 6 mana for 12 hit points is not bad though. Not bad at all. Yeah, already I think merits are being handed out in our loot chests. And so this is going to be more of a reality for all of you. And so this, maybe you're not going to be able to buy 10 packs at a time. I'm getting significant bonuses on my merits because I'm playing at a high level in my guild. My guild buildings are developed. But I mean, this will become a reality for more and more players that you'll have access to these, whether you're in that guild or not. So you might as well start thinking through what you would do. Because you can theoretically burn it. Like I said, you can keep it for the CP or you can use it. I say use it. I mean, get involved in guilds because guilds are going to be paying SPS rewards for battles. And so one more way to earn, right, for your time and attention. Take all of those avenues seriously, and over 4 or 5 years, like the long time horizon, this game is going to really significantly reward you. This one we didn't see yet or talk about. 5 melee damage for the fire team, so you could use fire to make that speed a little bit better, or you could use maybe Quid to get piercing damage out of that thing, or there's Tarsa with the melee buff, right? So this is a pretty strong card, especially from the reach perspective. Sorry guys, having a mad coffee today. Go 7 more. I'll do up to 5 like this, and if I can, I'll open 5 at once. Make it a bit of a shorter second half. Oops. Sorry, yes. Again, nice low mana, 2 archery damage. Very reasonable. Whenever the melee can be, or the damage output can be in the neighborhood, like better than half. So if your mana cost is 3 and you do 2 damage, that's better than half of your cost. And I consider that strong. If your damage can be as high as your mana cost, I consider that excellent. And that's one indicator of like the measure of a quality of a card. So I would say this is a strong card, especially for level 1. This is a strong fire archery card. And the Jotun partnership is possible, right? 3 mana, so cheap. And if you put this with Jotun and that blast, this turned into 3 damage, and the blast landed in the right spot, killing 1 or 2, you could really imagine this thing getting buffed up from that bloodlust. There's that Alva again. Oh, I haven't seen Liza yet. So we're getting a bunch of the Witch Warwicks. That's excellent. We haven't seen this one yet, I don't think. Again, maybe we did. This is a snipe with the death team. I think I talked about him. Unless that's a different sniper. And Liza. Ooh, a different Liza. Because we have a Liza, right? We have a Lyra. 4 damage. Very strong. Yeah, very strong. I mean, maybe not exceptional in the context of like the speed, the amount of hit points, but remember Bloodlust is going to come in here, and that's actually big enough that it could really be a threat to kill, and therefore the Bloodlust could proc. And 7 mana is not cheap, but in a high mana match you could slip that in there and not really notice. Let's do one more individually, and then we'll see. I think I can convert multiple at a time. We'll see if we can. I'd like to see an epic or a legendary or something. There's fire wall stop again. We haven't seen Hugo. Yes, we did. We see Hugo. The one I didn't comment because the 1 damage is just not significant enough. 5 mana seems a bit high for what this kit would involve. It doesn't even have any void or any sort of void armor, and therefore now it is life. So it is gonna. This theoretically could partner well with the new legendary life summoner because of the armor. But the damage output is just not grand enough, and it doesn't have sneak, it doesn't have an opportunity, so this is your tank. No thanks. It's too much mana for too little output, and it doesn't serve a proper main tank role, so I just can't see how I would use it. There's Crash again, and Birchwall. And over here, Serious. Yep. Again, 2 archery, very solid for a 3 cost. Now can we open multiples? Open multiples. Boom. Couple blues, 3 blues, 4 blues, 5, 6. Oh, a legendary. That's my first. Is that, dude? 2 legendaries. I've never received a legendary gladiator ever, and we've got 2 here. That's awesome. And they could be multiples theoretically. That would be really wild. We're opening all the commons first. Those are the ones with no glow on the outside of the card. This one, again, one of the stronger ones in my opinion because of the double strike and the sneak. And yes, its mana is high, but that could really get carried away because of the double strike and the damage. As the damage escalates with that double strike, ooh, devastating. Okay. Okay, so let's do the rares. We saw him already. This is a new one. 4 mana, 2 damage output, 6 speed though. That's pretty interesting. That is very fast. I would like this in like my last position, and then just hoping that the speed is enough to dodge, but also trusting that maybe hoping that this damage would trigger the Bloodlust, making the speed get even more evasive. That's interesting. For 4 mana, I like that card a lot. Wow, I haven't seen Captain Katie yet. 3 damage with the Bloodlust. That seems really strong to me. Really strong. And I like the artwork actually. The color on that magic on aura. That magic aura. I like that a lot. Cutter Breeze. That's that one mana archery we talked about earlier. There's that 4 mana Liza. Legendary. Okay, we haven't seen Alfredo today, I don't think. Again, you know, so inexpensive from a mana cost that it merits consideration. But water doesn't have like a buff, an archery buff, so I don't know if I would regularly rotate something like this, but maybe if you just had 2 extra mana. Now we got legendaries to finish it off with, and then we'll call it there, guys. But again, I hope you understand that this is not just something that's going to be for me, as I've been in guilds for a while. Yes, getting 10 packs is going to be kind of that unique opportunity because I've been in a guild, leading the guild and participating in the brawls, and we have high level buildings. If you want more of these rewards, absolutely join a guild. Consider joining Time and Attention. Send us a Discord message. Our Discord is open. You can check out the link in every single video I produce, and just ask the guys about what it would what it would take to get involved. But even if you're not in a guild, you're going to get these rewards. You're going to get these packs in your loot cases, so in your loot chests. So, you know, what are you going to do with them? Are you going to keep them and use them? Are you going to burn them for the DEC, or are you going to enjoy the CP that it's offering your account? Either way, it's coming, so it's kind of cool to see these rewards in action. Nice. I've never seen this one before. Tatiana Blade. Close range. Ooh, dude, I like that. So you could, in a melee from any position, this card becomes pretty awesome because you could stick it in the last spot, giving it double strike, right? Because if it's melee from any position. And why would that be cool? Because you would be allowing it as many rounds as possible to get to the first position, giving it as many opportunities as you are allowing as possible to really trigger the bloodlust and bring the melee, the archery, the speed all up higher and higher and higher. Plus the hit points. Not, I didn't mean to exclude those. And yeah. So, but even if you just in the first position too on an equalizer match, I could see where the hearts were not low, because of equalizer in the first position. They're both going to attack because that close range and that speed is very reasonable. 5 is very strong. That's a good card. Come on, let's see some doubles. Wow, dude. Tank heal? For real? Wow. This is a serious card. Look at magic. The magic is whatever, but the mana is first really inexpensive. And then the tank heal. And it's got a good amount of hit points so that it's not going to just get, sniped or, opportunity attacked necessarily on the first turn. That's pretty cool. Plus the artwork is really serious. I love the kind of gray hair, the white hair. Looks like she's wearing a crown, or maybe those are horns. I don't know. Anyways, quickly, let's just look at what the power on one of these legendaries would equate to. Let's see, Gladius. These are, you can see all your cards. You can see legendary, and then just quickly, this is worth 1,000 power, collection power in my account, or I could just go ahead and burn it, convert to DEC, and it'd be 1,000 DEC. So you'll have that same option when you get these merits and buy these packs. Guys, thanks so much for your time and attention. If you have any questions about gladiators, about guilds, about time and attention, drop them below. Check out the Discord if you want specific stuff around joining our guild. We do have spots available. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Have an amazing day. God bless.